Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Don't let those clouds fool you. It is not cool outside. It's hot, really hot, like hotter than we've been since August of 2022. We made it to 100 degrees. Kathy, I guess we knew this was going to happen. Right now, we're all whew, whew.
It's too much though, right? It's too much too soon, I think, don't you? I mean, it's not a record, but 100 degrees in June, that's a little bit crazy. And we've got this dominant ridge of high pressure right centered over Colorado. And so what you're seeing out there right now are a few clouds, but we're not seeing any thunderstorms develop. So with the clear skies and the light winds, 100 degrees, that is above the average of 86. It is not quite to the record of 105, but this is the hottest day of the season so far, coming off of 98 yesterday and 98 the day before. And hot highs in the triple digits out across eastern Colorado, western Nebraska, and Kansas. These are current readings: 105 in Lamar, 99 in Denver, 99 in Lyman, 100 in Sidney, 102 in Sterling. No surprise, heat advisories have been extended out today for about 40 million people, and the heat advisory continues for Denver, down toward the Colorado Springs, Pueblo, and Lamar areas. So hydrate, remember kids, pets, don't stay in the car, don't leave anybody in the car, make sure everybody's got adequate shade and just protection from the sun. It is going to stay warm for many more hours. And the other piece that we're watching is a little bit of wind coming in with a couple of gusty thunderstorms. And Angeline was talking about the fire danger around the area. And we do see that with the gusty winds, with these thunderstorms, that's kind of adding to the high fire danger criteria. There will be an ozone action day that will continue through 4 o'clock tomorrow. These gusty storms coming off the foothills, producing wind and lightning, but not the rain that we need. So we're kind of keeping an eye on them as they track off toward the east. We do have a weak cool front coming in later on tonight. And so all of the severe weather should stay east of our state tonight, but things change for us tomorrow. That front brings in some low level moisture and yes, maybe even some slightly cooler air. So hot high, first 100-degree day of the season. We're tracking isolated gusty storms tonight. Cooler weather in the extended forecast. I'm going to break down the timing of all of it coming up.
The Oak Ridge fire is still burning in Pueblo County. So far, it's burned 495 acres. All evacuation orders in that area are still in place. The fire is 0% contained as of right now. And Adams County Fire is also working out to put out a large trash fire on Washington Street near East 58th Avenue. It hasn't reached any buildings or hurt anyone. We have a crew out on the way there, and we'll bring you any updates as we learn them.
South Metro Fire is warning people about increased fire risks, especially as we get closer to the 4th of July. This fire broke out in Highlands Ranch Sunday night. South Metro Fire is reminding people how dry conditions are right now. We really dried out quickly. And combined with fireworks, it's a dangerous combination. South Metro says fireworks laws are in place to prevent these kinds of wildfires. Even a small spark can lead to a fast-burning fire. South Metro had a close call yesterday. Grass fire could have gotten a lot worse, but should have never happened. Douglas County deputies say they think teenagers using fireworks might have started this in the open space behind Cedar Brook Lane in Highlands Ranch. People who live in that area were able to put the fire out before it grew. The teens took off after a neighbor yelled at them. Deputies are asking parents to talk to your kids about fireworks and the dangers they present.
Today is a big day here in Colorado. It is primary election day. You have until 7 p.m. to turn in your ballot. And, if you haven't done so, make sure to do it.
Do it and, take a fan with you. It's pretty warm outside at the same time. So big night, lots of implications here. For the Colorado Republican Party tonight, results will either be an endorsement of the party's direction under Chairman Dave Williams, or it could mean that there's time for change. 9 News political reporter Marshall Zellinger is live in Colorado Springs, trying to find the ever-elusive Colorado GOP chairman, who also has his own primary tonight since he's running for Congress.
Yeah, and of all the days on a 100-degree day for us to have to be tracking him outside. Dave Williams is both the Colorado GOP chair and one of 2 candidates running for the 5th congressional district here in El Paso County. Trying to figure out where Williams will be watching results tonight has been difficult at best. Last week, when I interviewed him, he offhandedly said he was probably going to be watching at El Paso County Republican headquarters. He's not there. Then his campaign manager this morning texted to say it's going to be a closed media event. And about 30 minutes ago, we found out he's going to be here at the church at Briargate in El Paso County. This is also the church where the pastor is controversial Republican State Representative Scott Bottoms. Over the last month, Williams has received pushback from his own party for comments about Pride Month, calling for all pride flags to be burned and making hateful anti-gay comments. As party leader, he led a push to do away with neutrality in contested primaries. The party has endorsed Republicans in several contested races, including Williams, a total of about 12.5 races that the GOP party has said this is who you should pick between several Republicans. Last week, I asked Williams if the party's endorsed candidates do not do well tonight, would he step down as party chairman? He said he has no plans to step down. As for where he'll be watching tonight, again, we're told it's here at the church at Briargate. This is the third thing I've been told in the last couple of days. I've also been told, as his campaign manager said, it was a private event, but he's the party chairman. You would think in an event where several Republicans are running that you want to cheer your victories, you would be made available to the public. We'll find out if we'll be allowed inside, Kim and Angeline.
It's like a game of Where's Waldo? Only it's Dave Williams, but I know you're on it, Marshall. You're on it.
I know what he looks like, just like I guess Waldo, you know what Waldo looks like, and there's not much in the scenery here to like hide behind. We should be able to easily find him. When I called to make sure the event was here, I was told there'd be some setup around 4:30. Got about 25 minutes before people start coming to set up, I guess, and we'll find out if this is where a closed / maybe not closed watch party happens for the Colorado GOP.
Lots of anticipation.
Yeah. And if you're running around, we know you're ready for it. You're up for the game. You've showed us your running skills on TV. It's just a little too warm.
We're running today.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Marshall. Reminder, we will be live all evening with election coverage as the results come in. Kyle Clark, Marshall Zellinger will be on Channel 20 starting at 7 when the polls close all the way through 10:30.
Denver police have released body camera video of a deadly shooting by officers on Father's Day. It happened downtown near Broadway and Lawrence, where police were called for reports of a person with a knife. 9 News reporter Evan Krugel is live with what that video shows and what happened next.
Yeah, Angeline, that video shows that person advancing towards officers with a knife before they're tased by police and then eventually shot. We've chosen to freeze the video at that moment.
Put your hands on your head. Hey, hey.
Now, this all happened back on June 16th after police say they received multiple 911 calls of a person in the road with a knife telling drivers to hit them. The video shows officers arriving on scene and instructing them to drop that knife before shooting a taser multiple times and eventually firing 12 rounds over a span of about 2 seconds. Denver Police Chief Ron Thomas says they're still trying to figure out why those tasers were not successful, but says officers did follow protocol in switching to lethal force.
What factored into our decision was the person had a knife and was moving aggressively towards the officers. They tried, I think, in vain to stop them through less lethal means, and then had to transition to a lethal option when that was not when that didn't work. The presence of the knife, the proximity that individual got to those officers with the knife, I think makes their response appropriate.
Denver police say they've been unable to reach next of kin of the person who was killed. Some homeless advocates are questioning why Denver co-responders who are trained to deal with people experiencing mental distress were never called to this scene. We'll hear from them and have that response from Denver police coming up at 5. For now, in the studio, Evan Krugel, 9 News.
Thanks so much, Evan.
A former police officer convicted in the killing of Elijah McLean will continue to serve his 14-month sentence in the Adams County Jail. Randy Rodema cited a constant fear of being attacked in jail at a request to finish his time with in-home detention. The judge who oversaw his trial no longer has jurisdiction in the case and deferred the request. That's because Rodema's case is now in the hands of the Colorado Court of Appeals. Rodema was one of 3 first responders convicted of killing McLean in August of 2019. 3 police officers subdued McLean after a 911 caller reported he was masked and seemed sketchy. He wasn't doing anything wrong. 2 paramedics later injected him with a powerful sedative. McLean was not armed, was not breaking the law. Juries convicted Rodema and 2 paramedics and acquitted 2 other officers.
Deputies in Jefferson County are investigating a body found this morning at Chatfield Reservoir. In the last few minutes, we've learned it's a 47-year-old man. Deputies say there are no signs of trauma. South Metro Fire's dive team responded at around 8:30 this morning. Deputies are still working to learn the cause of death. And following a weekend of several shootings around the country, today the U.S. Surgeon General has declared gun violence as a public health crisis. Dr. Vivek Murthy is calling on Congress to pass new firearm laws, including a ban on automatic rifles, universal background checks when purchasing guns, and penalties for people who don't store their guns properly. Dr. Murthy also wants doctors to talk about gun safety during appointments. And in response, the NRA called this announcement part of President Biden's, quote, war on law-abiding gun owners.
It's been a slow go for RTD trains after required slowdowns in some stretches for safety reasons. Some good news, though, today. Those speed restrictions were lifted between two stations, between Bellevue and Orchard. The E and R lines are back to normal speeds. These stations are along the Southeast Corridor. Those trains had been placed under that 10-mile-an-hour restriction 3 weeks ago. There are still some other areas of stretches that will be required to have those slowdowns until all the necessary maintenance work is finished. Today, the Avs signed forward Casey Middlestat to a 3-year contract. The Avs acquired him in a deadline day trade from the Buffalo Sabres. In his games last season with both the Avs and Sabres, he had 18 goals, 39 assists. He would have become a free agent next week if he wasn't signed. So they're making plans for the next season. Also in sports today, Broncos fans are going to want to know this: the first time they can watch an open practice, new quarterback, the whole bit, quarterbacks. Friday, July 26th is that first practice. They're going to have 16 open practices to the fans. The full schedule will be revealed tomorrow morning at 10.